say anything that's actually thoughtful.
Yeah. But when I've done, some of the local podcasts or any podcast that's like in person, um,
Hmm.
there's there's just something a little bit more intimate on it
Yep.
that's kind of cool. I
Yep.
knew when I did Caleb Hoover's here locally, that's the first time that I mean, I'll do virtual ones and people have the headsets. And
Yep.
I've never been a headset person. I don't know. It feels like it's like
Yeah.
maybe it's a
Claustrophobic.
mental thing for me. It feels like you're not paying attention to me kind of thing. But I went into the studio and Caleb's like, "Do you want to, I'll set up your headset." And I was like, "Oh, I've never worn one before." And he's like, "Well, it really helps with hearing your own voice and stuff and
Yeah.
hearing the other person's and all that." And I was like, "Okay." I put the headphones on and he's got great equipment. And it was just like, "Oh, oh, I found myself talking like this, and I turned
Yep.
into like a radio DJ over, a couple seconds there,
That's
but
amazing.
it's it's really fun. We didn't do that we did Adam Cox, like I said, on
Yeah.
Friday. But I didn't, that was more the boom mic, in your
Yep.
face, not the headset. But it
Yep.
was very casual, very intimate. I love the in person when you can do them, but
I agree. Oh, it just also selfishly, if you're thinking about like shoot once, make a million things, you add the video component that is so much more engaging because you feel like you're part of a conversation. You're
right,
at coffee with somebody. And so
right,
that becomes significantly more engaging. If you look at the podcasts that are doing really, really well, a lot of them, especially in that entertainment space, which, obviously we're more in the education space,
right.
but even in the conversational, like it's just really, talking about people and who they are, which is significantly more educational sometimes, is moved toward a like two chairs across from each other. You've got a table in the middle, you've got coffee, girls are curled up and, under a blanket, and it feels like you're just embedding yourself in a conversation that would take place in somebody's living room because it truly does. And
Right.
that's the value of podcasting. If you can figure out a way to replicate that for other people, it gives people that like reality show feel. But if you can make it educational, then they get that feel and that entertainment aspect, but you're still kind of doing this storytelling sale, which is where the value is.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it brings a relaxed reality vibe to it, meaning, I mean, you don't, if you're too rigid and you're not comfortable and it's an uncomfortable situation, then it doesn't seem genuine,
Mhm.
and so it's not engaging, it doesn't draw people in, and ultimately, you're doing this to share knowledge, to share information, to get it out there to
Yep.
other people. So the more engaging it is, the better that that message is going to get out there. So yeah. Yeah, I know Adam's place wasn't, well, or any podcast I've been in. I've never been offered a blanket. I've never I
Well, now I'm going to do that. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure those blankets are branded. I want the
Oh, there you
blankets
go.
to be branded.
There you
And I
go.
want everyone to have like we named our podcast Marketing on the Rocks. And so everybody needs a drink. Everybody, even if it's a mocktail, whatever it is,
Right.
everybody needs I think water. I haven't drank water since 2007, but if I drank water, if I drank it in a martini glass, I think I'd be more likely to actually drink the water. So maybe that's the approach I need to take with the podcast.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.